Night skies finish last. You're running out of gas.
Greetings and welcome to a very special episode of Old Drunken Discography, where we get together, where old friends get together. We argue, we listen to music, we drink, we agree, we disagree, we call each other names, we say everything possible to get demonetized, and occasionally we talk about music. This week's artist is Green Day. I've never heard of this band. But joining me today is our special host, and it's his pick, so it's his special host pick. That's Jason.
I fucking love Nimrod.
And next to Jason is our old friend. He's a special host who's also on a week-to-week basis because he can't get his shit straight. That's Bill.
I'm just fucking drunk, man.
The whole point of the
whole point of the show.
Anyway,
yes, Tony.
And yes, joining us lastly, but certainly not leastly, but surprisingly, we have a special guest. Our friend Denver joined us. And then
rest in peace, Denver.
Got attacked by some armadillos or something. We are still waiting to hear confirmation about what exactly happened.
Thumbs up below for Denver. Thumbs up below for Denver.
He went into the armadillo's bunker, and I heard he went in there, with a flamethrower, and I don't know if he's come out yet.
Thoughts and prayers for Denver. Likes and comments below for Denver.
Thoughts and prayers.
But luckily, on a lark, to everybody's pleasant surprise, our pal Tony has joined us to just, shoot some shit about some Green Days. And today's special episode is brought to you by the letter N for Nimrod. And speaking about the special word, Tony, do you want to start us off with Nimrod? You got anything to, throw out at here, or should we let Jason give us the rundown?
By the way, he's Tim. I don't think he said his name. If he did, oops, I'm saying it again. He's Tim. He's a big metalhead, and Green Day isn't metal, so it's okay.
I think you're right this time. I'll have to do a playback and edit if he did say his name, but I want to say you're right that time, Bill.
Hey. Every once in a while, blind squirrel finds a nut.
Okay. Tony, what's up with Nimrod?
It's a good album. I haven't listened to it in a while. Go ahead and let Jason rip it up.
Oh no, I think Bill should go next.
You want me to go? All right.
Well, you want me to go? I'll fucking go. Let's keep the hype train going so the viewers are like, these guys don't know shit about
it. If we're going, Tony hasn't listened to Green Day in a while. Nimrod's dope. It's been a while. That's fucking awesome.
That's all you need to know. Nimrod's dope.
It kept going. Green Day. It kind of kept the spirit of Insomniac. It tried. It kind of felt like for me, like Green Day, like, oh shit, Green Day is a little falling off. Like
there are fans that got off the train at Nimrod. There are fans that got off at Nimrod.
They were losing their sound a little bit. I mean, I feel like they picked it up, but not the best, not the worst. Still fucking hits. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird. Green Day is like that. All their albums. Not the best, not the worst. Fucking hits. Let's go. Green Day's got it.
Hey, Bill, you want to go back and forth on this one?
A little bit back and forth, yeah.
You go back and forth? 18 tracks. Let's go. I'll even start it off since I challenged you.
Go for it.
Nice guys finish last. First lines on the album are nice guys finish last. You're running out of gas. Your sympathy will get you left behind. And to me, that kind of sums up Nimrod. They break out of the mold from the
Sums
previous
up the
records.
rest of their career.
Just a little bit. They just break out just a little bit. Lyrically, how it flips at the end is pretty fucking good. Again, Trey
So Nice
Cool.
Guys. Yep. So Nice Guys finished last. I would say that it potentially the best opener thus far.
Nope.
Nope.
Excuse me. That being said, I feel like Billy Joel wasn't as strong on that one, comparatively, to the rest of this album. But I feel like the guitar really helped carry that song.
Before we move to Hitching a Ride, as the radio guru on the show, do they still play Nice Guys Finish Last on the radio? Because that was a single.
It gets played, but it's like every 20th time that Basket Case or Boulevard of Broken Dreams gets played.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
If that, yeah. Like it's played.
It gets
but it's
played
not
more
played
than like
significantly.
It gets played more than like a. I declare I don't care no more. I'm burning out and burning. More than burnout. More than Armitage Shanks. Okay, yeah, that checks out. All right.
Yeah, like it's played, but it's not played. It's like you might hear it once every 3 weeks.
Yeah,
that rotation.
Yeah. Which is why it's the best opening track so
It's
far.
on the D cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Hitching a Ride.
Someone has to call in to request it.
Okay, Hitching a Ride. The first song I heard off this album was the lead off single. It's so fucking good. It's a little bit different from Insomniac. At the time, I was like, okay, there's some violin going on. You know who's playing that violin? Our girl Petra. We love Petra here at ODD. Come on the show, Petra. I love
that Petra sings the Who's Sell Out album.
Yeah,
So
we
good.
love you, Petra. Come
So
on the show.
good.
Come on the show. I like the downstroke descending 4-chord thing going on, like that fucking. It's close to Insomnia. It's close. It's enough where you're like, okay, yeah, Green Day still got it. I'm gonna pick up this album. They're still going on.
All right, so Hitching a Ride. Actually,
This was kind of the album where like, what's going on in Green Day?
Well, yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
So Hitching a Ride for me, that one was. I don't want to say
Before you were
question.
born.
That isn't the right term. But like, it's like okay, all right, Green Day. Where are we going from here? So I see
What
two
did
potential
you
avenues.
do with the directions?
No,
The
but like I
worry
see two. I see
rockets.
two avenues we're going here. And at this point, I would say it's where Green Day was their first crossroads of selling out versus
Nope.
continuing to do what they
sold
want
out
to do.
yesterday. What are you talking about?
Nope. Green Day did not sell out with Nimrod.
And I said this was the first crossroads. I didn't say they went to the left. They stayed to the right and kept going what they wanted to do with this one. That being said, I felt like it was a solid song. It wasn't anything new or ingenuitive, but it was still a very solid follow-up track to Nice Guys.
All right. The Grouch. Glory days don't mean shit to me. I drink a 6-pack of apathy. Lives rent-free in my head. I'm decomposed, yet my gut's getting fat. Oh my God, I'm turning out like my dad. The world owes me, so fuck you. It's so pissy. This is my Green Day. Till I grew up. That last line was like, till I grew up. It like snaps it into perspective. It's good shit. Good shit.
So for the Grouch, For me, that was one actually I was like, okay, they didn't sell out, but at the same time, for me, this is what I necessarily wanted to listen to at this stage in time. I'm not saying it is bad musically. It's just not what I wanted to listen to from Green
Wait
Day.
till you have kids.
I got a couple years for that at minimum.
It's
Fuck it.
coming. It's coming.
Fuck
All
it.
right, redundant. I like the contradictory wordplay that Billy does here. He does it in Walking Contradiction. And it's kind of a trope that he uses like throughout the rest of the discography. It's witty. It's a really fucking sweet love song, but like it's a breakup song? Question mark. I don't give a fuck. It's top song contender. Top song contender.
Redundant, I really like the guitar going on with it. That being said, I feel like it's another downtick for me following Hitching a Ride.
Scattered. Holy shit. Scattered. This one still gets me. I love how Billy delivers the verses on the song. It's so fucking fluid. It has a flow to it. This could be my top song on the record.
So we get to Scattered. I felt like I will get this one was an uptick. I felt this really helped the album flow here on out. Brought some life to the album that we didn't hear previous. I felt that Trey on the drums did an exceptional job. And from here, felt like there was a lot of hope going to the rest of the album.
The only bad thing I could say about All the Time, it has to follow Scattered, and then it comes before Worry Rock.
Placement is an issue for the song. That's I concur. That is the biggest downside to the song. That being said, it was still a solid song. Unfortunately, It was followed and preceded by two superior songs.
Worry Rock. You want to talk breakup songs? I know this isn't a breakup song. I literally quoted this song to a girl in a Waffle House as we sat at the high bar and we're having that conversation. You know, that conversation, right? Where do we go from here? What do you do with the directions? And she smiled because she knew I was quoting fucking Green Day. And then she replied back with, "Promise me no dead end streets and I'll guarantee we'll have the road." And we continued the relationship for a couple more months. We broke up anyway, so fuck it. I love that fucking song.
Now, Worry Rock is an exceptional song. Definitely concur on the aspect of a breakup song. That being said, I feel like Green Day has some better songs that they offer from that whole aspect. Um, Letdown isn't the appropriate word, but I just feel like there could be a little bit more energy on the back end of it.
All right. Platypus. I hate you. This is my Green Day. It's fast. It's angry. It's a top song contender. Yeah, I know that one line about the cancer stick and what happened. I mean, I know the history of it. It's kind of fucked up, but it's still a damn good fuck you song. And for those that don't know, the person like ended up dying after this song came out, but that's more for the Green Day fans. They know what the song's about. It's a good fuck you song. It's a good fuck you song.
Platypus, I don't have that extensive notes on. I just thought it was an all right to good song.
It just kind of happens. It's fucking there. Then you got Uptight. We go back to that mid-tempo stuff. Lyrically, it's dark as fuck. Maybe the darkest song on the record. I love the guitar instrumental section. It's simple. It's only 3 notes, but it's like the higher range that he pitches it in. It like picks it back up. It's so good. Love Uptight. top song contender.
Tight. I will concur on the top song contender potentially on that one. I felt like it helped bring a little bit of energy back into this album. As we're sitting at the halfway point of this 18 track album, which I think is the longest one of the discography, you could absolutely counter me if that isn't true.
So far.
Well, maybe not time wise, but like track count wise, I think this one's the biggest. Also, we count like extensions and whatnot from like American Idiot and later ones. Um,
It's a long record. Yeah.
Sure.
A lot of
which
tracks.
isn't bad, but it's different, especially in like the whole punk genre type thing.
There's still songs. Like track 15 is like short as fuck.
Yes, it is.
But we're not halfway yet because the A side ends with Last Ride In. It's probably my favorite Green Day instrumental, but it's still an instrumental and it's still kind of like it's got like this weird surf rock vibe going on. I'll jam to it for about a minute, maybe two, and then I'll flip the record over. Like I don't need to hear all of Last Ride In.
That one I don't have much to get written for or noted down about.
Mm-hmm.
It's filler isn't the right word, but this song for me kind of existed in the middle of this album as a whole. Um,
If
it's nothing excessive.
Bill, do me a favor, just kick your head, like put your head back like that on the beach, just for like a few seconds. Oh, you disappeared. You went too far back. There you go. Stay right there. Okay, that's Last Ride In. And then you get the B-side, Jinx. Super fucking songs. Super fun song that's kind of sweet. You fell for a Jinx for crying out loud. This is probably my favorite 2-track bleed-in. You hear about the Chump and the Long View, and you hear about the Brain Stew and the Jaded. But I really like the Jinx into Hashinka. If you're listening to it on Spotify, it doesn't do it justice. Trey fucking kills this song. So many like short, fast as fuck drum fills or drum rolls. Sorry. So yeah, that was a twofer. Sorry.
I mean, I'll say Drinks into Hoshinka. I think Hoshinka is one of the best damn songs on this album. Um, by far top song contender. I really like the harmonica coming through. I think Jinx just helps add to that, a whole effect going on with it. That being said, I think, Jinx, like this, Jinx is a solid song. Hoshinka just makes it so much better.
You see, I think Spotify fucked you because Walking Alone got that harmonica you already know top song contender. I think you got fucked on the Spotify there, buddy.
Maybe.
My favorite line is walk on eggshells on my old stomping ground, yet there's really no one left that's hanging around. Isn't that a familiar face? Too drunk to figure out they're fading away. That's some good shit.
See, because for me, for Walking Alone, it was more than it just happened. It was a solid song, but it wasn't anything, crazy.
And this discography, that's pretty fucking jarring. Reject, any song with a Bikini Kill reference is fucking top shelf. So when the smoke clears, here I am. You're a reject, all American.
Reject, it was a solid song. That one I really like the drums coming through a little bit more. I felt like, and it was a solid song. But again, nothing really crazy happening here.
Take Back, This is my Green Day. 1 minute, 9 seconds. Top song contender.
You know, it was a solid song. I felt like the guitar helped carry that one.
King for a Day. This is 1997, and you get fucking King for a Day. I'm here for it 100%. Billy shines on it vocally. Highly recommend go checking out Bullet in a Bible. The live version of it is so good. Who Put the Drag in the Drag Queen? Don't Knock It Till You Tried It. It's some good shit. Doesn't fit the album. It's such a... It doesn't fit Green Day, but it does.
So for me, King for a Day, it felt out of place within the scope of the album, but at the same time, I felt like it worked exceptionally well. I like the energy it brought. I like how it flowed with the album as a whole. You know, I wish they did a little bit more of that on this album.
Good Riddance. It's fucking Good Riddance. It's already tainted by not one but two fucking funerals. I had to play it at my cousin's funeral when he was a younger cousin. He was 18. I had to play it on guitar. My cousin sang it. Rest in peace, Justin. And then a few years later, I had to play it at my dad's funeral. Rest in peace, Dad. But like, to this day, you can hear it over a grocery store speaker, rewatching Seinfeld, or playing fucking Nimrod. It always reminds me of those two people, and it always makes me smile. This should have been the closing track. Good Riddance is a fucking top song.
Yeah, so Good Riddance, it's a solid song. For me, it didn't feel like it fit within the scope of this album specifically, though. Um, it was it's a great song. Don't let me
What's the problem
misconstrue
with the
that
Riddance?
aspect.
Good Riddance is the album.
And
No.
that's where like
It took over the whole fucking.
No.
and it did. Which here's the
No,
issue
I'm not.
though.
I'm not saying what's good and what's not and what's good. But I'm saying that fucking song took this whole album. No one
And,
gives a shit except.
you know, and I would say that's the issue though, because Good Riddance, you know, in the scope of this album doesn't make sense. I would say, you know, a Platypus or a Hashenka makes more sense for a Nimrod album representation than a Good Riddance does.
Yeah,
Like
so
I
Do you
agree.
know?
Every
Do you
high
wait?
school in the world.
Do you know when Good Riddance was written and first recorded?
Maybe I guess 2 weeks after Dookie.
Fucking Dookie. It's always been there. That could have been on Kerplunk. Like it's a Green Day song.
Yeah. No, hands down is there's no question about it.
They just had
It
the
said that-
balls. Rob told him to fucking put that shit on the record. That's a single. So,
And that's why
Fuck it.
you know, I mean, that's why I counted
And that was
Tony's
it.
like you know, that song is the epitome of Nimrod, just like visualization.
you can't
But at the
help
same
you
time,
bands
It
couldn't
shouldn't
help.
be.
Like Nirvana had no idea. You can't control
Was big.
what's big. Like it's sometimes
Right.
something you put something out and it takes off and you have no control over
Yep.
it. Like you think the Cherry Poppin' Daddies was ready for their shit to be big? Like they weren't ready. Or anybody, you know. You can't. They didn't know it was going to be the closing song of fucking Seinfeld. I think it should have been the closing track though. I do. In album context wise, taking out all of the what Good Riddance did or whatever, how many times it's been played, like I think that is from a album sequence wise, that should have been the closing track. It fits better than Prosthetic Head.
Yeah.
Which, not to say Prosthetic Head, I love Prosthetic Head as top song contender. It's just not a good closing track.
Tim, what do you think about Nimrod?
I think Prosthetic Head is best closer in the discography. I think that the album starts off pretty strong, but shortly after the instrumental starts to lose steam. I think that this album is the beginning of the rest of their career. Like everything that you hear on this album, you'll hear on pretty much every album going forward. I know we talked about it all going all the way back to Slappy Hours. Like, the formula's there, the Green Day sound is there. They don't change a whole lot. Uh, you know, did Chuck Berry do it? Yeah. Um,
My
but
dingling.
but
My
that being said,
dingling.
like, yeah, no, I think this is a pretty enjoyable album, especially coming off the last couple that have done pretty well. Gotten a lot of exposure. Um, yeah, strong A side kind of falls apart for me on the B side, but I do think Prosthetic Head is the best closer. As far as Good Riddance goes, um,
You're fine. We all went to high school.
We all attended at
was-
least a Green
when
Day
we all
show
went
at
to
some
those
point in
middle
time.
school dances and we've all
Yeah.
been to funerals and we've all sat in the dentist's, waiting room. Um, is it a good song? Sure. Is it one of the songs that like everybody's gonna learn how to play on acoustic guitar and that's what's gonna keep guitar alive? Sure.
Yeah, well,
Do I ever want to hear it again? No.
Eh,
So take the photographs and still frames.
do I want to hear anybody but Green Day sing this song? No. Yes.
Well, I mean, depending on how bad it gets, I might want to hear somebody else do it. But
But yeah, sure.
yeah, no, it kind of
hear it. But
yeah, no, and this is a decent album. I think that like this mid to late 90s stretch of albums is probably peak Green Day. And we're like right in the middle of that peak.
It's an interesting record because there's a lot of like there like I mean Tim nailed it. Like this is the beginning of the change for Green Day. Like this is when they start doing some different things and branching out just a little bit. And I think it works. I mean, 18 tracks, it flies by for me. Like it's still
Oh yeah, no, it definitely overstayed its welcome for me.
it didn't overstay for me. Like I love like you get to like even like track 16, you get fucking King for a Day. And those
Which
horns.
yeah, that's a late album. Like okay, that one's pretty good. But it's really it's the C side. If this was split up in a double album, the C side is really where it loses me.
I love Jinx to Hashinka. I love Walking. I love this whole record. I love them all.
I mean, Hashinka's awesome.
That's just me though, but I may be a little biased. Let's rank this motherfucker so we can get to the 2000s.
Warning.
We'll get to warning. Well, it's Denver's turn to guess, and he ain't fucking here, so.
It's Tony's turn to guess.
Boom,
Tony!
four.
Yeah, Tony, you get to guess for Denver.
Easy.
Where
Four.
do we have Nimrod?
4.
You have it 4?
Yeah.
What about us, though?
What about us?
What about you, bitches?
Remember to like and subscribe, share us with your friends, your grandma, your girlfriend, fiance, husband, whatever you got going on there.
Your middle school nephews and nieces.
We
They
need all the
love
help
Green
we can get. We are an
Whoever's
unscripted show.
trying to stay hip and doesn't know how to stay hip,
Or
follow us
even,
and do
or
the
even
exact
for
opposite,
final,
and that's how you end up
your
hip.
Marvel Rivals duos. Just share everything.
Yeah, hit us up on Marvel Rivals.
Hit us up on World of Warcraft.
Not
Tony's all about that
not
life.
Evan. He doesn't have a PS5 yet.
Damn right.
Damn,
but he's
called
working on it.
out. Called out like that.
He's working on it. He's working on it.
You know, hey, World of Warcraft is where it's at right now.
I'll guess.
Why is it 2007 again?
No,
2024.
2004 actually. Yeah.
I
Right,
think Tim likes it better than the first album, but not much further.
What, is Tony not guessing anymore?
Tony's not guessing anymore. Y'all took too long.
You're going to be
Wow.
incorrect for me.
High or low?
You're going to go higher.
Tony
Okay.
should have guessed
High.
it.
It's gonna go number 2.
I already guessed.
This is
What'd you
correct.
guess?
Okay. That is interesting because I remember the first time we recorded this. Those aren't the rankings. So Tim is throwing me some curveballs here.
Well, I had to listen to him again.
Bill, there's no singles on these two, so they're gonna move down.
Time out. Where does Tony think this goes?
He's still stuck on this. All right, Tony, where do you think Bill put Nimrod?
Oh, he likes to argue. It's number 1, probably.
You think he has it number 1?
No. Let's go number 2.
Number 2? That's where I'd guess.
I can go with number 2.
I done figured out the
He likes to
code.
fight.
I done figured out the code. Where am I putting
Good job.
it?
I don't know what your code is.
Where am I putting it, Bill?
You? If it ain't number 1, I don't know where the fuck you're putting it.
He's not putting it number 1. Calm down.
Tony's closer than you are, Bill.
Yeah.
Number 2.
I would say number 3.
I'm going to put this right behind Dookie. It's going to be my number 3.
Yeah.
I fucking love Nimrod. Stick around. We're going to hit the 2000s up next. We got Warning. And then we're going to do a little special side spin-off video talking about some notable releases that aren't going to be ranked. But we still got to talk about them. And, I mean, you know, you get the Ramones on there. They cover the Outsiders. So, stick around. Maybe Denver will show up by the time we get to Warning. If he does, we'll let him briefly talk about the 4 albums that he missed. Maybe Tony will pop back up. Who the fuck knows here at ODD? We just kind of, we are an unscripted show. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. We are playlist. Link channel. Check the link out down below. Check out our Discord. Check out our Patreon. Check out our Facebook. Our Discogs. We like to show off our records. I've got a lot of Green Day records. So go check that out. As always, what, Bill? Be safe and what? You took too long. Tim, be safe and what?
Make great smoothies.
Woohoo!
And then you go a little woo, and then a little whoop, 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 and then it's all, you know, and then you're ready to go again.